day, awake in the dark. Look up to the sky, are shooting stars, really. Warp speed rocket ships, asleep in the day, awake in the dark. Look up to the sky, are shooting stars, really. Warp speed rocket ships. Breaker, it's J25 Zeta, attempting to contact Houston. Permission to depart from the station. Warp 3 should get me there in about a week. I'll adjust the radar to scan for debris. Is there any available quasar to use on my star map as an astronomical landmark? M-class planet should have intelligence to speak and food to eat. Locks in the escape pods in case I encounter unfriendlies. I hypothesize the journey should be uneventful. First captain's log uploaded in the database. Every star date, I'll hail the home world if I encounter strange phenomena. Tweak the tachyon streams. The sonar picks up fluctuations at a radius of 5 parsecs. Reflector beams exact the whereabouts of enemy beams with cloaking technology. Phasers raised to highest intensity. Weapons armed and aimed and all systems go. Calculate the satellite's gravitational pull. It's rocket science like October sky. Nebula clouds congregated eye level. Slow the thrusters to half pulse. When it's time to land, navigate screens on a computer maneuver. Wearing a jetpack, I'm frank when gaining distances in moon units. Use an astrolabe to calculate the moon's movement. Multiply pi r squared to the ellipses. Precise, down to the decimal. Devastation if I approximate, triangulate the message's origination. Beam myself to the radio waves with xenon tetrahedrons. My spare spacecraft like a Beetleborg. Make underarms sweat like Beetlejuice. Explore new worlds, trade stories with the Gorgonite. Free memories equipped with the jaws of life and a Yodabite. New thinkers are truly intuitive. The wrist pivot when I move the pen. Instead of speech, weightless suspended between chains attached to the leather belt. Gripping the links behind closed eyelids. I can still see. This is all you get is me. All you get is me. This is all you get is me. Asleep in the day, awake in the dark. Look up to the sky, are shooting stars, really. Warp speed, rocket ships. Warp speed, rocket ships. Warp speed, rocket ships. JusTh1Nk like the poltergeist, mixed with zeitgeist. My might like 5 guys, hold the fries. Aura like boiling oil, sun rays, no plank in my eye. Hocus pocus, I drain in my mode. Pandemic epic like Poe. Pan is demonic, Jesus is Lord. Telepath, earthling, floating head like Zordon. Not a betazoid, a con with cords. Unplug the Wi-Fi, Zill and Zeds like Concord Orange. Descended, imbued with empirical principles. Overseas, Sam Zumum on the shoulders of a Philistine. Halt the thought process of a Brahmdignagian in the form of an homunculus. Hacking Neo's hard drive, similar to disillusion. Homogeneous demigods are proof God is alive. My life is like abracadabra backwards. The nail bat boy, the flesh mask kid. Composition compost, our last vocab restricted. Government name is top secret code word. Thinking ambigrams and enunciate. Automatopoeia when I expatiate. In mental state during hours when I meditate. I send letters, my form of passwords. Observe, also infrequently obtuse. The nefarious, embarrassed. Even attempting thoughts of defeating me. Cherished from the carriage. Cause legions when I use sisters. Scratching my parietal bone. Perform lobotomy on myself when alone. Ancient descendant. Ancient descendant.
You can kind of tell, like I was saying, it's outwards when I'm doing it clockwise, left-handed, and it leans a little bit inwards when I'm counterclockwise. best way to learn how to do this is just to do it. You got a hand free. Just have fun with it. The more you do it, the better you'll get. So, hope that helps you out.
Give me a man, I'll prove I'm different in a sense. I'm like driving the Trans Am to Jupiter. Word maneuverer, with 2 stones you couldn't kill a bird. Kick some bird more hardly. Hard to do, like Willies on a Harley. Confused by the malarkey. MCs riddled with useless tchotchke. Holding my own like chopsticks and broccoli. Top stare like Balboa Rocky. Never set aside, brushed away like sticks for hockey. Talk Mach 3. Overheads like skylarks on a tier. Barking it's clear, couldn't bite even if they right. Different in a sense, not contrite. I is he who hath an ear, eyes, tongue, and almost a beard. Take notes like the guild. It's like a pedagogy. What my pen does probably. Stark raving mad. Probably stark raving mad, but not over the top insane. Hot as a boiling pot, flying identified, a tentative, exceptional. You got embedded, just attempted my shit. On point, you a pencil, no tip. Protected like a minute, teppin' Teflon. Give me a min, I'll prove I've done this long. Biggest thing since apartheid, get your gong rung. When I'm through, oh shoots like a dart dude. Right repetitive like Bartholomew. Reduce you to particles. Old school like a mascot. See my words like a pow pow. I ain't enough, I invent vowels. Pen does probably stark raving mad. Give me a man, I'll prove I'm different. Different in a sense. Give me a man, I'll prove I'm different. Shadows to dogs. I'm not a human, I'm a flying saucer. Heart, mind, and soul equipped with armor, imbued with a task to be eternalized, turbulent author, spiritual, petulant, but I managed being a martyr. Refuse to fall, name written in the stars. Space James, doing what I'm used to and what I used to. Use my name in vain, not the one that made this, man. Life screwed up, but I got a good attitude. Bang my own brain waves, adjust to the amplitude. My sphere solo, getting involved is a no-go. Asiatic, dreadlock cadet, captain on the bridge, no crap, got a grill instead. Sifting out the bad stuff like a kid. In the sandbox, feeling like I'm stuck in a box full of sand with awesome hands. And no shadows to box, labels stuck like stickers on the shelf. Never feel like someone else. Don't talk about problems, I don't think that it helps. With awesome shadows to box full of sand with awesome hands. And no shadows to box full of sand with awesome hands. And no shadows to box seriously with awesome hands. Box to a blink in time, a twinkle of insanity. Everything under the sun is vanity. Emo stream, cult of personality is tragedy. Sound leak, I guess she heard that I had plans about her. The damnedest thing, her mind's a maze, and I'm half amazed. Trapped in a labyrinth, choosing the right things to say. I guess that elaborate. Should I banter? Shoot the breeze, mine goes black as a panther. She's walking away now, I won't accept that as my answer. What could have's in? What of the sort? Rather fidget and fumble my words like a dork. A modicum in space. If she spoke smoking for shoot, whose place can I take? I tinker with the ephemeral, I'm dying inside. I'm probably diaphanous, instead I reach for her hand and kiss. My direction she leers, in her hand she quells. As my awestruck eyes reveals, it was not who I thought it was. Well, it broke the ice, filled with more fright than the poltergeist. As she smiles and says, at least you're nice. It was something to get her to say something. Should have asked for a name, I'll wait for our next encounter to use this memory with a more confident energy, instead of using what I was pretending to be. And have all the right things to say. Maybe next time will be like today. I decide to rely on wit and said, you know, that's the first hand that I've kissed. She chuckles and squints, my knees almost buckle. Love at first converse, I'm convinced. As she struts with her chin down to her chest, she kicks her steps and picks up some lint by her wrist. So to her I walk next. I'm Just. She looks up and replies, I was wondering what your personality is tragedy. Sound leak, I guess she heard that I had plans about her. The damnedest thing, her mind's a maze. And have all the right things to say. Maybe next time will be like today.
Girls, yeah, I don't even know. Shut up. Hold up.
Midnight moonlit lovers. Midnight moonlit night. Midnight moonlit lovers. And we're loving all night. Midnight moonlit lovers. Midnight moonlit night. Midnight moonlit lovers. And we are
In the backseat.
in the backseat.
In the backseat.
The backseat. The backseat.
In the backseat.
The backseat.
He used to play around with me.
The backseat. The backseat. The backseat.
Get out of the car. Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
You are not a clone. The lost tribes of Ibrahim, Yahushua, Anamivin. Yo, I understand what God sees, and I understand what you don't. Sunk like a U-boat, just James in the airwaves. What you heard about me? You must have been here but nothing. Go tell your doctor. Psych wards couldn't hold me. Psychotropic meds couldn't control me. Just not a homie, not have no home neither. Just James, every time you hear the name you squeal like you ether. Like you hear it in the atmospheric pressure or biometric. 2 14-pound square inch plastic glasses is the only thing that can contain my actions, and that's not even gonna prevent it from cracking. I'm like unleashing the kraken and locking Tartarus. I'm like harder than a bus full of trinitotoluene sticks, going down a street that is filled with a bunch of kids. Every time I speak you can think, but if you don't, then you must observe and see. You must see through my eyes to get who I am, and even if you have that point of view, you never get the perspective. Please, you cannot follow. Just James, all you gonna do is ponder. I am like a pond skipping on water, like a stone. I am alone, I am one lump sum. I'm a poem, more like a pro. And you couldn't beat me, even if I let you. Cause it's just winning by an inch. That's not enough, I gotta win by a mile. Yo, until they wanna buy a mall and buy some miles. They cannot fight me, they cannot heighten me, they cannot hype me up. They might as well just liken me to something that can't be reached. And if that's not quotation, you cannot let me speak anymore. Cause what is words and what is a verbatim if you can't even recite? You don't ever have public speaking. You are not ready to be heard, you cannot even see him. Yo, until you're ready to be in my shoes, you're gonna have to be prepared to walk a long way. Because it's not going back to the days where I was scared in my bed with a blade. Just James, I could say the name, but I'm also known as too much for these hoes, too much for these drones, too much for these clones. I used to wear my heart on my sleeve, now I keep it in my ribcage. keep it in my ribcage. Lost in time, synonymous with the mad rodent who experienced the universe holding on to the sliver of sanity, glancing up at the waxing gibbous. My life is lucid, passion is what I pass on. Living is dying, only if you want to pass on. Bomb arsenal art on the crossroads, my fame spot. A lonely telepath I'm on, future astronaut. Presently time bending, warp a pen to cause this damp with ink. Making sense out of my mind like it's a vending machine. Why stop to think when you can never stop thinking? A twinkle in time which was there before rhyme and meter. Planets and meteors, carnivores and leaf eaters, sponge and algae riding on cave doors. Ignoramus is malignant. That's what self-expression is for, a cause that is for the greater good. Would you wake up if you knew that this was all a dream? Or would you stay in your nightmare, man, and just scream? Now I keep it in my ribcage. I used to wear my heart on my sleeve. Now I keep it in my ribcage. That one is what this one was supposed to be, bro.
Use a book as a buoy in the brook of ash after the nuke drops, both in the incinerated ancient ruins. As the dust cascades to the surface, I find a way to sit above the clouds of destruction. The speed of light must be different on the dark side of the moon. Projection of rays bouncing off of glass must be faster than thought reflection on what was gained, but more so what was lost. A selfless image, an underestimated label tattooed on my skin. Demigods bleed, the eyes in the spirit's pain, looking out at my view. Where my brain reigns, my thoughts resemble nimble stratus clouds. Rarely do you see the droplets streaming down my face, a digital recreation of faith. Since a zygote, I was developing strong zygomatic bones so I don't flinch when life hits me in the face. The world's on my back like Atlas, use an exercise mind as upper body strength, and I keep my head up with an Atlas bone. Greetings drones, alone in my hovercraft, hop in the seat, clash it shut, latch it, swallow the key, soaring through the atmosphere with the Atlas at my feet, ascending up to the fathership, geometrically leap, consequently my silence leaped. I'm walking on a psychopath, being told I'm schizophrenic, yet they are the ones who act. So much skits, for every action there's a cut, for every cut it isn't an accident. Not every scar was developmental until the imagination is left. Quick as a quantum jumpstart, my droid gunship, fire up, turbo blastings and warp through abandoned debris. When they ask about Earth, I would pry, I haven't been there in a minute since pears and with jasper leaves turned to crimson and amber, entering a state of dormancy.
Cream of the harvest, leave them ghetto starstruck. Punchlines a dub with a pair of nuts, apparently next up. Coincidentally, imposters flee. Summer's mine like a wasp. Bee sauce is teriyaki. Never am I feelings nor lost. You down 23 with the clock at 4. Shut it down like a locker door. Got big game like a moose. Old school, but I'm younger than you. She never wondering what's under there. You would think that gets the underwear. And for that, I need a Jesus ball. Clean as a beetle, drinking Jesus juice. Flies electron and pro. Claws explode. Just a name, keep an eye out and wear your monocle. Play your cards like Pinochle, big piece. You probably pee on your knuckle. Outcast and the big boy, you couldn't beat me if I deployed my decoy. MC's annoyed like a beeping toy. Clinton G and Leviton my Zeke like Siegfried and Roy, never helping out the inner pole. Consistent, you ain't even good in intervals. The battle cry of face-painted warlords echoes for ages. The love shed from the art of war stains the sleeves were hard to war. The battle cry of face-painted warlords echoes for ages. The love shed from the art of war stains the sleeves were hard to war. Dr. Octagon talk, stop lethargy the lame. Dead in his tracks, deep in his brain, like nosedives. The black swan man transmorgifies into goosebumps. Brainwashing like mint tricks, called a technique Jedi sponge. Slipping glyphs through notes read on hallucinogens, as if ascending rocky cliffs, side converted in algae. Lucid. Oh my god. To be the only one, is it a blessing or a curse? To be the only one, is it a blessing or a curse? Just James, the boy with the backwards brain. My balls are barium, they're stout barbarian troglodytes, like the captain on Tintin. Get deep, like the Simpson, triangulate the trench and pour the drain. Command the capsize, ship remains. Steer the helm to the brain gray, encased in helmet, forged from a U-boat. Laser beams heat the fish tank to initiate dormant torpedoes. Jellyfish turn to omega-3s to coagulated gelatin with ease. Study marine biology, find floral patterns in the coral and hang up a coral wreath. I was birthed out of breathing liquid and hearing my first screams, attracted to the rap since protected in the amniotic sac. Umbilical cord shipped and antibiotics rubbed on my navel just so I could start my story. First sight was artificial light under the star sign Pisces, kindly guided by Neptune, knighted me with his trident, sent me to search out his nautilus and defeat the forces of mer people. Oxygen bubble snap, dispersing the communication wielded by the guild ones, who attacks never yielded. To swim fast is a persistent and it's a learned task. The whirlpool's twisted like ribbons in an undercurrent. Strategies placed as traps to capture minnows so I could eventually face my match. Using pufferfish as a semtex. Undersea rivers were under siege. Steady fire never ceased. Dorsal fins brushed flounderfish. Scattered as a minefield where the dolphins twirled to maneuver evasively while electric eels were shot in their direction with lethal trajectory. Many turns in underwater mazes, which lead to walls of plankton, slowing down the shark's pursuit, using tortoise shells for an exoskeletal suit. Lobster claws clamped a narwhal's horn as a hilt for piercing thrusts to kill. Fought my way through the path my wrath. Waited in front of the doorways of Tartarus, full of locks and surrounded by Loch Ness. I started planning a distraction I could thrust to buy me several minutes so I could escape unscathed and gain nautical miles, boarding away on my tsunami wave.
That's how sharks play. That's how sharks play.
To be the only one, is it a blessing or a curse?
That's how sharks talk.
To be the only one, is it a blessing or a curse? Give me a minute, bubble.
Yeah, yo, Mayberry with the meter, not maladroit, melodical, halcyon harmony, holding on to hope, not ignis fatuous. This a compendium of why I do this. The vantage of my vocation is like a decade. Too many letters for a conversation. Speaking plethora, they barely plenty. I drop bars, sipping barley. Serve them, I need a serviette. Got them jelly, they ain't ever met me. This is me catching wreck, meticulous. The undisciplined is haste. Bucolic bloodline, shepherd's known when he speaks. Observe when he thinks late. Devout apostle, not apostate. Oath, swear oaths, and by the Bible, heaven sent. Not to mention plotting on the only survivor. I do it because I love it. They do it because I do. Sorcery is sub rosa. Every rose is known by its roots. Truth is, this is a defense mechanism. The mechanical malfunction went around the
Laser blade swept, sighs of wrath, forged from skillful craft, clash, glass grenades detonate, and graveyards pestered by cranes of rage, dancing atop headstones of some castaways, warnings of cacophorous thunder rumbles, intellectuals coffin, sarcophagi, looted for sardonyx, buried literary achievements overlooked, maimed souls in it for liquor, not books. Every tree is known by its root of all evil, roar of the barbaric behemoths, fiendishly. Salivating for the blood of every species and genus, begin trembling timid minds before succeeding. With the trampling stampede, beseeching gods plus pleading the septuplets of Pleiades to intervene in vain. One God will intercede, sentient beings pulsating, pulse and plasma pulsars precede his return, coruscating, cosmic cavalries of cherub.
Stop books.
Laser blade swept, size of wrath, forged from skillful craft, clash, glass grenades detonate, and graveyards pestered by cranes of rage, dancing atop headstones of some castaways, warnings of cacophorous thunder rumbles, intellectuals' coffins, sarcophagi, looted for sardonyx, buried literary achievements overlooked, maimed souls in it for liquor, not books. Every tree is known by its root of all evil, roar of the barbaric behemoths, fiendishly. Salivating for the blood of every species and genus, begin trembling timid minds before succeeding. With the trampling stampede, beseeching gods plus pleading the septuplets of Pleiades to intervene in vain. One God will intercede, sentient beings pulsating, pulse and plasma pulsars precede his return, coruscating, cosmic cavalries of cherubim, archangels and seraphim, hauling the utmost highest chariot, King of kings rarely misunderstood.
Laser blades swept, size of wrath, forged from skillful craft, clash, glass grenades, laser blades swept, slash grenades detonate, laser blades swept, slash grenades detonate, laser blades swept, slash grenades detonate. Laser blades swept, very literary achievements overlooked, maimed souls in it for liquor, not books. Laser blades, 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 dancing the blades, slash grenades, laser blades.
I've tried crying, my tear ducts solidified. Mountains fell at my feet, so I walked on the stepping stones, crushed them to rubble, and brushed them away with one sweep. Learn to plant before you climb a tree, and plan with rhyming blueprints if you want to make music your dream. I've seen my future, my jaw dropped, but I couldn't scream. Twain paths, one wore a mask, the other was truly me. What does this puzzle mean? Let me riddle myself that. I felt like this since an ignorant youth and a deceived teen. Now I need peace instead of cream, but I want power and respect. Then I asked the mirror, what does that conceive? Sin and distrust, lust and enemies? I don't need more of those. Wondering if the world needs more of me. Delusion of grandeur or the grand conclusion? For a deeper measure, could I mentor a successor? What do I know to pass on and who do I trust to remember? Confusion is the only illusion. What to do when I can't concentrate? Calming is not a constant struggle, nor can we get a rebuttal. That's not life. Can't talk about death, cause what is it? I won't say anyone doesn't know, but do I? Why would I? I like being alive, and I think that's the answer. But what's the question? Well, isn't that the point? Never afraid to hold my breath while I glimpse at the sky. What's beyond? I won't say anyone doesn't know, but do I? Why wouldn't I? Third eyes, watchmen pirouette on the tip of a blade of a samurai. If Big Bang was how it was created, how come no one ever stops to ask why?
What happens when you can't do what you please, do what you wish, doing what everyone sees? Can't have no privacy, you can't think for yourself, you can't think of your own, you can't think of the world, cause they got plots to destroy you. They got plots to deploy more to get you. They got plots and plots and plots, and you can't do nothing cause you're lost, you're lost, you're lost. What happens to the mind of the youth when they grow into an observant teen who sees that you were born from a gangster girl who did everything on her own, and a bad dad who didn't do anything except act like you were a clone of him, trying to do everything that you never thought of? So every time you try to think like this, it gets a little bit space invaded, a little bit of the hatred. You never used to be able to think, not this time, it's not any different. Maybe the pills will help. If I take more, maybe they won't, but who am I to destroy my future? I ain't asking for help. Maybe the pills will help. If I take more, maybe they won't, but who am I to destroy my future? I ain't asking for help. A little bit space invaded, a little bit of the hatred. You never used to be able to think, not this time, it's not any different. Help. Help.
Yo, life has its up and down like a yo-yo, like the beginning of every rap song solo. Every time I look into the sky, I see my eyes. I guess I was made out of stardust, inhaling cumulonimbus and exhaling hell. How come every time it happens I seem to see what the track at the bottom of the train seems to repent about?
Just James, the name server, Itman versus the IP. Add REM in addition to sleep, induction of celestial conjunctions, terrestrial functions, funk like a skunk, a safe sage's unction. Usual, the abused choose not to lose a bit of lunacy. A lunar MC, deathbed vagabond, shuttlecraft cruiser, land on Mars sand, footprint size 9 to a 10. Class mammoth, not mammalia, 7.5 and of a tall orient like Asia. Praise planet savior, raise a toast to abandoned bread, amazing the amnesty amongst majesty. Enough said.
The white boy trying to rap, simply can't fit in. Even though that he fresh and he spit the best written. Freestyle good where the flaws at nowhere. Say you shouldn't do it, but guess who wanna go there? I wanna make it, but I'm segregated. Every time I say a line, my past investigated. Cause I did shows at school and my grades aren't foolish. Never shot someone, so I guess I ain't the coolest. Of course I know I'm good, but I'm striving for the best. Cause good don't pay the bills. I'm striving for success, and Chase dying had me crying over stress. And when nothing going right, then it's probably cause he left. But I'm trying to stay strong and boost my confidence. Not too many compliments, fucking with my consciousness. I wanna go on tour on all these continents, achieve my accomplishments, and I'm the motherfucking GOAT. Give me a second, let me clear my motherfucking throat.
Far beyond all euphoria, far before the stories y'all tell to your kin, when traditionalists are just sticking to their own wicked spirit that they transcend. And as nature is contradictive like a Rubik's Cube, turning itself in and out like that cube movie. You know what to do, we get groovy when you glued you in. It's all rules is rules, but there's lines too. Y'all cross too much, crosshairs when it's just crossing the impaired with Bluetooth. But who's who? Keep speaking to you blue in the face and red, dead-headed. Maybe I should have said that I was better off alive instead. Maybe I should have.
Give me a second, let me clear my motherfucking throat.
Enough said.
Just James, the name server, Itman versus the IP. Add REM in addition to sleep, induction of celestial conjunctions, terrestrial functions, funk like a skunk, a sage's unction. Usual, the abused choose not to lose, bit of lunacy. A lunar MC, deathbed vagabond, shuttlecraft cruiser, land on Mars sand, footprint size 9 and a 10th. Class mammoth, not mammalia, 7.5 and of a tall orient like Asia. Eukarya, Animalia, Chordata, Mammalia, Primate, Hominidae, Homo sapiens. Eukarya, Animalia, Chordata, Mammalia, Primate, Hominidae, Homo sapiens. Eukarya, Animalia, Chordata, Mammalia, Primate, Hominidae, Homo sapiens. Eukarya, Animalia, Chordata, Mammalia, Hominidae, Primate, Homo sapiens.
Usual, the abused choose not to lose a bit of lunacy, a lunar MC.
Feel like there's a microphone in my head, broadcasting all the words I
Driving on the high line all of the time like ta-da. Rip out the raps like voila. Ink mark the history. Take it easy on shot. Internal certainty war. You're quite right. Never let go like releasing your capture. You know any chip dagger gets tossed backwards. You think you can rap with a battler, dude, please. Misuse the truth with your life on the fuse. Rap sounded like the Hulk smasher. Yours a wicked inability. Distribute unevenly amongst the industry. Emo stream run deeper than amongst misery. You're simply groundwater, but seeing me, I'm a keeper. Peaceful leader, please don't miss it. Indefinite with precision. Precise, this is vintage. Indefinite with precision. Indefinite with precision. Precise, this is vintage. Feel like there's a microphone in my head, broadcasting all the words I never said. Feel like there's a microphone in my mind. Cops at the door when I think of crime. I feel like there's a microphone in my head, broadcasting all the words I never said. Did I think it or did I speak one utter? Go you cannot understand the utter. You are not what you claim to be. You are not what you pretend to be. You are not what I claim I am. I am I, Capitan. I am who I want to be, and you are just a watered down carbon copy. Just James, dog. You ever heard about me? And if you haven't, best kept secret. You know the leak sound? Quantum jumpstart my droid gunship. Fire up turbo blasters and gunships. You think you can rap with a battler? Dude, please misuse the truth. Feel like there's a microphone in my skull. How the hell am I supposed to hide from the world? Feel like there's a camera in my eye, and a microphone in my head. Feel like there's a microphone in my head, broadcasting all the words I never said. Feel like there's a microphone in my mind. Cops at the door when I think of crime. Feel like there's a microphone in my skull. How the hell am I supposed to hide from the world? Feel like there's a camera in my eye, and the microphone in my head, and the microphone.
Carry on, God. Run on water, walk on a wave, thinking rewind. Word reaction, cause reverse rain. Recumbent on a cloud, like a yogi in savasana. Inhale, cumulonimbus. Exhale, hail. Warm sleep like sweat in a sauna. Moist and moonlit cities with a shadow garden. Watered by Just James. Vapors, enough slang. Plenty archaic ebonics with a big pun issue. Saving space. Hippest hyperbole, hyperbaric chambers with hyperbolic antennas rotate on the side. Hack Zion with live tachyon streams, slip through sound, audio breach, similar to trinitro-toluene, urinate uranium, radiate the soil if I'm pissed off, but that's self-defeating. I am my own worst nothing. Aliens and kings come to me with greetings, reasoning, 1, 2, 1, 2, skip them all. I'm the first dude. Love hella right, we still exist. Whether love or hella right, we still insist. Love hella right, we still exist. Whether love or hella right, we still insist. Be Israelite born, love equality. Born into bad land, everlasting trauma, dramatizations. Ostracized from a new age nation. Gentrified, building blocks on the mind of the last generation. Corners flipping stones, chief cornerstones tumble from the apex. They failed, numb numerologists in books, flipping pages, plenty past the index. Table of context, tables with contents. Church of Christ, art on the walls, tats on flesh, dwelling miraculous tabernacles, homeless, still intense. It's intense adolescence to the truth, too abused, offer incense, Messiah sent in ships, inhale like tobacco, diamond caves chipped at with the pickaxe and the backhoe, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and happiness, crown jewels, carry on, God. Love hella right, we still exist. Whether love or hella right, we still insist. Love hella right, we still exist. Whether love or hella right, we still insist. Love hella right, we still exist. Whether love or hella right, we still insist.
That is the only thing we know for certain at this time.